Cognitive dissonance. The pressure between belief and perception. Metaphysics doesn't come for the ego, it confronts it. I was programmed with a narrative, linear and literal. Taught that the world was external, fixed empirical. Then metaphysics whispered something heretical. Consciousness precedes conditionals and variables. They said the cause was material, mechanical motion. Then truth inverted causality, meant so before motion. That clash hit the psyche with seismic intensity. Belief and experience fractured identity. Determinism, friction in the cortex. Observer alters outcome. Now logic is contested. The ego wants authority, certainty, permanence. But spirit moves in paradox, symbol and resonance. If thought is the architect of matter information, then fear becomes a function of misidentification. That knowledge can stabilize the survival orientation. Hence the mental resistance, cognitive dissonance.
When the map stops matching territory, the mind defends its old authority. Truth of that dissolves your former stance, triggers internal dissonance. Dissonance, mind in opposition, old belief colliding with higher cognition. When metaphysical law breaks conditioning trends, the ego calls it nonsense.
Cognitive dissonance.
Identity trembles, certainty dances, comfort resists transcendental advances. Truth doesn't argue, it just expands, and pressure builds cognitive.
They say time was sequential, past locked behind us. Metaphysics said imagination revises the past tense. Memory isn't Israel, it's a living construction. A revelation disrupts neurological function. They said self was the body name, age, occupation, and truth said I am before all designation. Persona felt threat and role started collapsing. Existential vertigo, frameworks disbanding. They said prayer was petition begging external power. Then law said assumption precipitates the hour. Responsibility shifted, no scapegoat, no chance. That weight alone induces cognitive dissonance. Belief create behavior and behavior confirms belief. Breaking the loop is like a psychological grief. You mourn the old self while the new one advances between death and rebirth. Cognitive dissonance.
When authority moves from outside to within, the nervous system calls it original sin. Liberation feels like threat at first glance. That's the science of dissonance. Cognitive dissonance, mind in opposition, old belief colliding with higher cognition. When metaphysical law breaks conditioning trends, the ego calls it nonsense. Cognitive dissonance. Identity trembles, certainty dances, comfort resists transcendental advances. Truth doesn't argue, it just expands, and pressure builds cognitive dissonance.
Dissonance isn't danger, it's recalibration. The signal that the psyche's entering transformation. The mind rejects first what it later understands. Every paradigm shift starts with inner demand. Resistance marks the border, a form of perception. Expansion feels like loss before comprehension. Stay with attention, don't flinch, don't glance. Coherence is born through dissonance.
When contradiction settles into synthesis, paradox converts into higher premises. What once felt threatening now feels precise. Truth integrated, no longer polarized. The ego learns silence, observation restraint. Stops labeling revelation as heretical strain. Belief upgrades, cognition advances. Friction dissolves into elegant balance.
Metaphysics wasn't the cause of confusion. Attachment to illusion caused the collision. When identity loosens its defensive stance, dissonance resolves into conscious command.
Cognitive dissonance, mind in opposition, old belief colliding with higher cognition. When metaphysical law breaks conditioning trends, the ego calls it nonsense. Cognitive dissonance, to stay with with the pressure, endure the expanse. Clarity follows the inner disturbance. Truth doesn't destroy, it replants through the fire of
Cognitive dissonance. Dissonance is not the ending, it is the doorway. Now, cognitive dissonance. Now, let's go into the silence.